What is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Spoilers with Paul, bringing you the latest on Celebrity Big Brother live feeds. Okay, so there's been a lot of stuff going on the past couple of days, but not really too much happening today. There's been like a lot of speculation about whether or not to backdoor Shannon, but it looks like the consensus is that they probably are at this point, but I'll get to the specifics of that in a bit. I want to talk first about something a little funny that's been going on and that's been discussed in the house, that Meta might be like America's player, just based on like all the crazy stuff that he does throughout the house, and like Ross and Marissa were kind of like making poking fun of that idea last night, and I thought it was just a pretty amusing thing to think about, because when you think about Meta is just like the craziest goddamn player in the game, and just picturing him as America's player would kind of make sense of some of his actions, just in my opinion. By the way, if you guys want to talk in the chats about the game or anything else, I will gladly talk to some of you. So I want to talk about Omarosa and a conversation that she had with Keisha earlier today. So basically, she said that she thinks that Shannon's going to be the girl who's known to the outside world as the one who went against the girls' alliance and basically was the one responsible for its destruction. And I'm not sure if Omarosa like really believes that or not, but like it's really hard to say, because she keeps like hitting that nail that she thinks that Shannon's going to be hated outside of the house because of being like a mean girl, or the fact that she ruined the girls' alliance or whatever. I can't tell with Omarosa if she actually believes that, but I'm starting to almost believe that she does believe that, even though Shannon is still like number one on Jokers at this very moment. I think Omarosa is last, or at least second to last right now, but I don't know. Omarosa could also just be using that for game purposes, which would not surprise me in the least bit. Another thing Omarosa told Keisha, which was a lie, she said that Shannon made up the thing about Omarosa telling her about the deal that Keisha made with Chuck. So she told Keisha that Shannon completely made that up, and I was like, okay, well. See, it's like little truths and a lie here and there, and she's lying to her greatest ally at this point, because we all know that Omarosa definitely told Shannon that a conversation was had between Keisha and Chuck about some sort of deal possibly taking place. And at the time, that conversation when Omarosa told Shannon that was a lie, and now she has to cover her ass and lie to Keisha and say, oh no, I never said that to Shannon. So now Omarosa's just kind of in deep trouble right now. I see Patty's in the chat. Hey Patty, how you doing? So yeah, so another thing that happened today that I kind of found interesting. Those of you who don't know, I kind of work in like the talent field a little bit, so they were having an interesting conversation about SAG that I thought was interesting around. Geez, what time was it? Maybe like 6 o'clock in the kitchen. It was James, Meta, Omarosa, and Shannon, who were just talking about like SAG work and kind of how it works a little bit. So if any of you, yes, I never sleep. I never sleep either, Patty. Yeah, they were having a little conversation about SAG. So if anyone's, which is the union for actors. So if anyone's interested in that, just check that out. It's around 6 o'clock, and they're all in the kitchen together talking about it. I thought it was an interesting bit, but nothing really to do with game. So one thing that's been popping up today regarding this Shannon backdoor, because I want to consolidate all of this into this part of the video. So there was conversations about the backdoor last night happening. Ross talked to Marissa about it, and it was really brought up by Brandy and Ari, and they all kind of want to backdoor Shannon. They see her as a big threat in the game, which makes sense. Got to get your SAG card to be on TV. Nah, not necessarily. It depends on, well, yeah, I guess necessarily. Yeah, that's basically true. Not commercials though. But Yeah, definitely big time TV. And I'm sure Big Brother as well. So yeah, back to the Shannon backdoor. So they all agree that Shannon's a big threat in this game. So if an opportunity presents itself, for instance, if Keisha or Amoroso win veto, the plan is for them to come down, and then well, not either Shannon or James, but for Shannon to go on the block and for them to vote her out. I think it's an interesting plan. I think, and they would have the votes to do so in that scenario because the votes would be just based off of last night. They would be Brandy, Ari, Marissa, and whoever's taken off the block. Who I would imagine would be more likely Keisha than Omarosa. So that would be 4 votes. And I believe that's all they need. 10, 7. Yeah, they only need 4 votes for this vote. Patty says TV shows. Yeah. For TV shows, you definitely have to be SAC. Right. So they were talking about it, and they kind of went back and forth on it a couple of times. And even now, Ross is still going back and forth on it. But I'll get to that in a second. But another point of contention that was brought up is who do they pick for the veto competition? And that's been like, oh, I don't know what to do, because as of right now, Ross is in an alliance with Shannon, James, and Marissa. So if he wants, so it's going to look suspicious to them if he doesn't pick one of them for the veto. So he kind of like asked around what he should do. Ari and Brandy came up with the idea. Yes. Ari and Brandy were the ones that kind of brought up the backdooring of Shannon, which honestly is really good. It's really good for their game, although they're not really going to get the credit for it if Ross makes the move. Personally, and I'll put this as an aside here, just my opinion on the backdoor. I don't think it's good for Ross's game to do so. And I'll explain why before. And he's also kind of juggling around with this idea in his head in the game as well. And I know why he's doing so. It's because Shannon is currently working with Ross. Shannon and James are both working with Ross. So he is essentially backdooring someone who is already working with him. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. And he's also making an enemy out of James who doesn't have to be his enemy. And it's still early in the game. There's still 10 people left. So to make that big move early on, people are saying, oh, he's never going to get another chance. Listen, it's better to be working with them now and to try. There's going to be another chance. There's always going to be another chance. You can't win back-to-back HOHs or any of that. So I personally think that if Ross does this move, he's going to be seen as the alliance breaker. He just breaks every single alliance in this game, and it's not going to be good for him in the long run. I just don't believe that Ross doing this backdoor can be good for him. It just doesn't make any sense. So
I also don't agree with that decision.
Yes. We have Chris here too. How you doing, Chris? So yeah, I just don't think Ross making this backdoor is going to be good for his game. It's going to make him a huge target to everyone in the house, and no one's going to be able to trust him. It's going to be like, oh, well, why would I make an alliance with Ross? He broke his first alliance with the girls, and then he broke his second alliance with those 4 people. So no one's going to trust him. He's going to be seen as the biggest threat in the game. And then he's going to, like 2 days ago, no one was saying Ross. 2 days from now, if they vote out Shannon, everyone's going to be saying Ross. Believe me. Anyway, back to like the speculation here. So Ross is thinking that he has to pick Shannon to play in the veto if he gets house guest choice. Otherwise, it looks suspicious because he doesn't want James or Shannon to get wind that this backdoor is taking place, which makes sense honestly. But the amount of times he brought this up in the past 6 hours to everyone around the house is a little concerning, because if you tell so many people about a backdoor plan before the veto's played, it's not really good for you, because that could easily get back to Shannon or James. What if this backdoor doesn't happen? They're going to find out about it at some point because it's Big Brother. So Ross is just digging himself a hole. There's only 20 days for the entire game, Paul. They're going to have a double really quick. Right. Well, during a double, that's when they can do a move. right? I see red dogs or epic in the chat. Hola. Right. So, and Ross is still juggling around the idea. He was talking to Mark. Mark is also down with backdooring Shannon, which, duh, of course he would. It's not him making the move, and it's a big threat going out of the game who he's not working with right now. So, of course, Mark's going to be down. I don't know. I feel bad because the super fans are overplaying. Shannon overplayed. Now she's kind of getting screwed. And if Ross does this move, I feel like he's going to be looked at as overplaying and he might get out soon. So I don't know. It could be a season where a non-fan wins, which is fine with me. But anyway, Ross was talking to Brandy about a half hour ago, and he was like, is this really a good idea to backdoor Shannon? I'm not so sure right now. And Brandy was like, no, listen, it's still good, and it's only if the opportunity presents itself, yada, 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 but you have to pick Shannon for the veto. Why does everyone want him to pick Shannon for the veto? Just pick Marissa or something. I don't know. Like, why even give her the chance if you're going to do it? Like, it's stupid. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. Some funny things that's been happening today. They've been playing Two Truths and a Lie in the backyard. This was around 11-ish Eastern Standard Time, by the way. I know we have some people watching in different time zones, but around 11 Eastern Standard Time, they were playing like Two Truths and a Lie in the backyard, and it was a whole bunch of them. I think everyone except for like Omarosa and Keisha were basically there, and maybe some people that were in the diary room, but Meta had a pretty funny one too. Yeah, but yeah, if you have feeds, check that out. Around 11:15 in the backyard, Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you support us and our content, and you like these updates, be sure to check out our Patreon link down below. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you like the video, thumbs it up. If you don't like it, thumbs it down. You know my motto. I want to give a shout out to Patty. Thank you for supporting us. Well, Shannon will hyper aware during double eviction. Well, he's got the numbers. True, but the thing is that he'll always have the numbers. If he gets rid of Shannon now, it's possible that they won't be on his side anymore because Shannon's the bigger threat right now. If Ross takes out Shannon, then Ross is the bigger threat. And then people are going to be saying that about him. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Patty. Thank you for supporting us and our channel. And until next time, guys, peace.